Hey, welcome to part 2 of my day in the garden. As you may or may not know, I recently moved into this space and I'm having to kind of start from scratch, which is kind of, it's more exciting than it is annoying. This is probably about the 4th time now that I've started my garden over from scratch. But this garden has a lot more usable space in it than the last garden. The last garden was quite wild and free, and there wasn't a lot of space to cultivate food in it. It was kind of left to just be itself. So I am really excited to start this garden again, and I thought it would be so amazing if you could join me on my little ventures. So part 1 was the fire pit. I have just completed the fire pit. I made a beautiful little space for fires. Because it's such a beautiful day, I woke up this morning and it was like spring, and it's not spring, it's like the beginning of February, so it's kind of dangerous because you can get a little bit tricked and then the frost comes and everything dies. But I kind of started off doing loads of jobs, and I had a bit of an ADHD moment where I was kind of I started that one and I was like, oh, but I could do that one, and I had loads of things that were kind of mildly, I would like to say half finished, but they weren't even half finished, they were mildly started. So I thought that by making the fire pit video, I would ground myself into one activity, which it did actually really, really help me to ground into that activity. And I finished it in super quick time. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Please check out the video where I'm making the fire pit. I'm so happy with it. I can't wait to use it. And because it didn't take me that long, I decided to start on my mushroom bed. Now, I've had some lunch. I've had an amazing vegetable goulash that was left over from last night. Oh my God, so tasty. And I made myself a juice, which was super healthy, and I feel replenished. And I sat for half an hour and I grounded myself just in gratitude for the fire pit, and just sat and looked at it while I ate. And it was just, I was so happy. I was so happy. And so now I'm getting started on the mushroom bed. And so I thought you might want to help me. And just join me, I suppose. Help me by grounding me by making the video. It does help me to stay focused. It's an amazing tool. Just because I have to focus on one activity, and it means that I don't keep flitting. So I'm quite happy about that. So I'm going to start the mushroom bed. Basically, I started it because I was gifted some substrates, some old oyster mushroom substrates. Now I am going to drop a link in the description box for my friend's website, Mycosia UK. He's an amazing guy. Him and his partner, they sort of run this CIC that they grow mushrooms, they educate people, they do grow your own kits, they do forest schools, they do foraging walks, free foraging walks in the city. They show you how you can forage your own food, your own mushrooms. They, like I said, they do so many things. Please check out their website. But I was gifted some of the old substrate bags in exchange for doing a bit of harvesting and drying, and that's what I used to start off my mushroom bed. So he has a lab. He cultivates them, he makes his own substrate, he grows them in a little lab thing. It's so cool, it's amazing. He loves his mushrooms so very much. I've never seen somebody put so much love into growing mushrooms. So he makes lion's mane powders, he harvests them, dries them, blitzes them up, does it all himself and sells them. So please, if you're really into your mushroom powders, please consider buying from this guy, because it's not a mass-produced thing. It's not someone just banging them out. He loves his mushrooms. He talks to them. He knows them. He sees them. He's a joy to work with. He's such a beautiful being. And I would be so grateful if you could just check out. He has learning things on Instagram that I don't really take part in, but because it's Instagram. But yeah, he's amazing. So check out the description box for the link to his website. Please consider just, they do all kinds of things on there. Check it out. Anyway, or not, it's up to you. But that is where I got my substrate from for my mushroom bed. So I don't really want to sit and cultivate them and make it a big thing. I don't want it to be forced. I don't want to have to put loads of work into it. I'm a very kind of busy person and I have a lot of things to do, and when something becomes like an obligation, I become a little bit like stressed about it. So I wanted my mushrooms to just be growing and to be free, and to, if they grew, they grew, and if they didn't, they didn't. That's fine. I'm sure like there'll be bugs doing their thing in there, there'll be life teeming and all kinds of things doing their thing in there. So when I moved in, there were these 2 dead logs here, which I've used to start off. There might already be like some mycelium in there doing their thing, spores and stuffs, like, so I might even get other mushrooms popping up in here. That might, you know, be cool. It might be like a collective mushroom thing. But what I need to do, what I did to start off with, is I crumbled up the substrate that had all the mycelium in it. It's oyster mushrooms. I don't know if I said it's oyster mushrooms. And I crumbled it up onto the bed, and then I watered it quite substantially, and then I put cardboard over the top of it just to keep it dark. It needs to be in the shade. I know it doesn't look like it's in the shade right now, but eventually my bench is going to be going in front of this, so it will keep it in the it will keep it it will keep it in the dark, it will keep it in the shade. And if it's not fully in the shade, there are so many different ways I can keep it in the shade. I can put tarp over it, I can put cardboard over it, I can, you know, it will be. So I know it doesn't look like it's in the shade right now, but it will be. But what I need to do really is to create a wooden bed around it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I've got some wood that I have, that I've found from pallets around the area, the local area. We've been on a pallet mission like the last couple of weeks. It's like every time we see a pallet, we're like, there's a pallet, there's a pallet, there's a pallet. And I did mention in my last video, my fire pit video, that I am starting off a compost space. I want to make my own compost space. I'm so excited, with pallets. So like, yeah, I just need pallets. I need a lot of pallets. So I've been on a bit of a pallet hunting mission. But there was already some wood here, so I'm going to try my best to, I mean, it doesn't have to be too perfect, which, you know, I'm not very good at perfect, if I'm honest with you. Like, everything I usually make is kind of messy and like, nah, it's like, you know, it's not going to win the pretty awards. But all I need really is just some wood to just separate that space out, just so I can have that as an acclaimed space for the mushrooms. So yeah, that's what I want you to join me with today. You can, you know, watch me do my thing, and I'll dip in and out, and there you go. Okay, so I've put in some stakes. I have assessed, I've done some recon work, because at the time when I just put the substrate, Athena, say hello. Say who too? Snotty nose, man. I've done some recon work, and I've got a snotty nose because it's cold, so I keep doing that. So if you're bothered by that, don't watch the video. Anyway, so as I said at the beginning, I found some dead logs here when I moved in, and I thought, perfect for my mushroom patch, right? And I have already found these guys. You see that? Say hey. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. And this very tiny, I'm going to come out of shot so you might be able to kind of see it. Nah. Even if I do that? No. I tried. Anyway, so these look... Oh, I've just seen underneath. I've just seen underneath. That's so cool. Anyway, so perfect. I know they're probably not like... I mean, they might be edible, but they won't like provide a lot of sustenance. But just mushrooms in general are really great to have in the garden. And I have found on this guy, this piece of wood, the start of what I think is like a jelly ear, which, you know, are cool. They're really good to eat. So that's going to be fun. I found some other kind of jellies on here, and just, like, you know, lots of life teeming. So yeah, I'm really excited. So what I'm going to do it's the whole point of me saying this, is that all the substrate that I put down, I'm going to move on to one half, and I'm kind of going to separate it off so that the edible food, the edible mushrooms that I want to encourage are going to be on one side, and then like the kind of wild and, you know, whatever mushrooms can be on the other side. So that is what I'm going to be doing now. So I have already noticed that in the week or so that the substrate's been down, it has actually been really, like the mycelium has been thickening on it, and I've noticed that it's gone into some of the soil, so I'm really happy about that. That means that it's doing something. It said yes to my garden. It accepted the invitation. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. So hopefully, you know, we get to harvest some oyster mushrooms. Oh, you are beautiful and strong. Yes, you are beautiful and strong. I see you trying your best, trying to be like all the rest. What you playing at? Cheating on yourself. Your uniqueness is your wealth. Be your whole self in each way. Fuck the rest and come what may, 'cause change can come from only you. So let your inner light shine true. Yes. Remember, oh, you are just powerful. So I finished making the bed. I'm like really super happy with it. I just need to push that up because I just noticed I wanted that up there. So there you go. Yeah, I'm like really super happy with it. I don't know if you noticed while I was working, but I am not a tidy worker. I am really unorganized when I make things. I'm really spontaneous, and I kind of just do things as they come up. So I do tend to have like everything everywhere. I do things on the spur of the moment. Like I won't really plan ahead, and I don't tend to care about things looking really pretty. So some people might think that that's like a bad thing or a negative trait to have, but I actually think it's a really positive trait because it tends to stop me it makes it more accessible. So I find that a lot of people don't do things because they're like, oh yeah, well I couldn't make it like that and I couldn't do it properly. You don't have to do things properly. Not all the time. Like I want to make a mushroom bed. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. You know, the wood doesn't have to be dead solid. It doesn't have to all match up. It doesn't have to, you know, all be the same level. It doesn't matter. Like I genuinely don't care. I've made a mushroom bed. So rather than let those things stop me and make it more difficult for me to start this project, I just kind of do things. And yeah, it's uneven. Yes, it's not, you know, perfect, but it'll do, right? And the only thing I might do is, no, I actually think that's okay. I was thinking I might put a stake here, possibly, maybe. I think I might do actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So kind of like that. That's how I work. Like, oh, I think that needs that, and oh, I think I might do that, and I just do that. So yeah, I'm going to show you my mushroom bed now, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish off. So as you can see, I have done my thing. It's not even at all, but that's fine. I love it. It's amazing, and it's doing exactly what it needs to do, which is to separate off my mushroom patch. Ooh, there you go, look. So as I said, I'm going to leave this one up at the back here to just do its thing. The one that had the jelly ears on, I've left in the middle to kind of separate. To separate. So the jelly ears were on this side of the log, so I'm going to put that onto that side. Where did I put the little things? Okay, all right, I stopped filming because I thought I'd lost them, but they're not. They're here and they're here. So these are the little cool mushrooms that I'm gonna put kind of like up here at the back to just do their thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a few blackberry stems that were here that I'm gonna train up. This one I've actually, if you can see, I just put a small staple in because it was hanging over and I didn't want it. I want to encourage the blackberries to go up this fence here. So the blackberries are going to go growing up the fence. Yeah. So I'm going to have blackberries. That's going to be cool. And now, I suppose, so this is all the substrate, as you can see. This is all going to be the mushroom bed, the oyster mushroom bed. And over there is going to be my kind of spontaneous, let's see what happens mushroom bed. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover it over with cardboard again, just to keep it dark. And that's it, really. Easy peasy. Yes, you are beautiful and strong. Just found this like little bit of substrate that's got a little mushroom on it. Let's hope it grows. And then just to finish it off so the cardboard doesn't blow away, I have these like really cute little mushrooms that have like spikes on them, and I'm going to poke those through the cardboard. This is a cool one. Dingles in the wind. Dingles? Dongles? I'd say that was a dongle. And yeah, I'm just going to poke these into the... My kids bought me these for Mother's Day, which I thought was pretty cute. So I'm going to spike these into the cardboard just so I can see. It's my mushroom patch, stops the cardboard blowing away. And then I'll show you my finished thing. And then hopefully in a couple of months' time, I will be showing you some videos of me harvesting the mushrooms. I've travelled many light years and my hairdressers and training. Yeah, my sisters and my brothers, we are channeling ancient wisdom to guide you through the shit so you can step out of the system where the kingdom of this is a real. Okay, all tidied up now, kinda. All the stuff that I've used I've put over there in a pile so it's out of the way. I've checked there's no wood with like nails in it that I did nearly step on once. Yeah, I'll show you what I've done. There you go. I've put the cardboard down. I have put my cute little mushrooms in. And there we go, the start of my mushroom bed. I'm really excited, I can't wait. So yeah, I'm all done. This is my mushroom bed. I'm so fucking happy. I am smashing through today. I think I've still got time to put my pond in, so I'm like smashing through. I'm like so excited. I'm so happy. Like, I've had such a good day. And I hope this inspires you and shows you that, you know, everything in your garden, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to measure everything specifically. You know, you don't have to be really good at putting stuff in or using tools or super organized. You know, sometimes you just have to do these things and work them out as you go. Otherwise, I found that if I overthink things and I can only do things if they're going to be perfect, I never do anything. So, you know, yeah, just do it, right? And yeah, think about making your own mushroom bed. And if you want like your own grow at home substrate things for you grow your own mushrooms, check out my friend Brendan. He's amazing. Like, I really hope that you do check out his stuff. I'll drop a link in the description box for his amazing company, Mycosia UK CIC. I think I said that right. And yeah, I love you so very much. Thank you for joining me. Mwah.